Yo, welcome to Locker Code, where football is not just fantasy, but our reality, where you can express your excitement, your tensions, or even frustrations about the games, your team, your league, and performances of players. Let's go! Yo, welcome back. Yo, you listen to C. Ren and PJ here. What's going on, y'all boys?
What's up, man?
I know you back. I know you fresh right now, right?
Feels like a wow, dude. It feels like a wow.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute, yo. Vacation was good?
Vacation was great.
Yo, what up, V?
Yo, hanging out, chilling, doing construction on the crib and all that. But, hey.
I know you ain't been cooking because ain't no trades been happening.
This dude got jokes.
Ain't no pepper shrimps kicking in.
You know what the real jokes are?
Here you go.
I'm ahead of both of y'all.
He's been waiting for that line.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's no looking back. Y'all know that, right? But one league I'm 5-0, so that speaks for itself. So
he's up
there at 5-0 in that dynasty league. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, ugh, dang.
Yeah, I don't look like I'm losing anytime soon.
Bruh, I mean,
team ain't even at full strength.
Anything can happen.
Who's down for you on that team?
Julio.
Yeah.
Nah, can't really say nothing there.
I mean, I can say something, but I don't like
Jinx.
I don't like to
jinx yourself and all.
Nah, my first 4 picks are on IR.
But everybody on IR on your team.
First 4 picks weren't worth.
They
weren't. They weren't great picks.
So C-Mac wasn't a great pick.
Besides C-Mac.
What are you talking?
Besides C-Mac.
Godwin wasn't a great pick.
Yo,
I wasn't that high.
It was a good pick though.
What are you talking about? I got Godwin at the end of the second. You're telling me you're getting Godwin at the end of the second, you wouldn't take him?
Yeah, I would.
All right, so what are you talking?
It's an easy pick. Just injuries are kicking in right now.
Injuries
are kicking in right now.
Injuries are ridiculous. I've never seen this many injuries. In one season.
I'm really surprised about these many.
Well,
but I think it's mainly because of the fact that the preseason weeks are.
Yeah,
this is really preseason right now.
Really, that's what it is. Yeah,
that's what's kicking in. Those injuries are tough. And Adams was out. Who else was out? Julio was hurt.
Dude,
Julio's been out 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah.
Julio, Adams, Godwin.
Thomas was out. Evans is going back in and out.
C-Mac.
Yeah.
Barkley.
Barkley out.
Dude, Eckler. You can it's ridiculous.
Yeah, everybody's out.
The first and second rounders, they're just dropping like flies.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I mean, I had a great weekend as far as football goes. I mean, Dolphins won.
Dolphins won. I was actually going to wear a Dolphins hat. I was going to buy a Dolphins hat.
Tell them why you didn't buy a Dolphins hat.
It was way too expensive.
How much was it?
I'm not paying that much for a Dolphins hat.
How
it
much?
was like $15.
Yeah, this dude here, bro.
Yeah, it's a Dolphins hat.
But if it was a Tampa hat, you would have got it, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Green Bay, another good franchise.
So now Green Bay is your team.
Oh, see, I told you. It is right there. Yeah.
I was just going, even a Baltimore hat, winning franchises.
Oh, man.
Yo.
Dolphins hat? Not $15.
But I did finally start watching. I actually finished it. The Cobra Kai. So the Cobra Kai was cool. I liked it. The last season, I guess the final show, to me personally, it was kind of good, but it kind of looked like a whole Power Rangers thing that was going on there.
A whole bunch of people fighting.
Fighting, bro. And I was just like, yo, where the teachers at? Because I know they ran from one corner to another, but it was still classes there. So it's like saying they ran from the 12th grade classrooms to
teacher doing what teacher does. Man.
Yeah,
call the cops
or just stay inside. It'll be done. It'll be done.
They're not paid for all that.
Stingray is my dude, yo.
Yeah.
He had a couple parts in that season
that was just funny.
That was just funny, bro.
Yeah.
Like he was on point with all of them. I mean, going to the birthday
overall,
for the party.
it's a funny. It's
interesting.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting, right? So what's next?
I wasn't
for you guys?
expecting that, man.
Show. I'm watching Queen of the South right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to look at it. I have to look into it.
I'm still watching The Boys, man. I hate the fact that Prime gives you 1 episode a week. I can't stand that crap, man.
I'm gonna just wait till that.
Yeah, you just gotta wait. And
even with Power, bro, I was just like, I watched 2 shows and
I'm waiting on that too.
I'm not gonna get tired.
So I'm trying to find a good series to watch. I was told about one today. I can't remember the name right now, so I want to check it out. It's on HBO. So I want to check that one out.
Oh, actually, matter of fact, Woke is what I've been watching. Woke. I just started watching Woke. I think I'm into like 2 shows. You ever seen New Girl?
I've seen the preview. I've never seen it.
It's a black guy on New Girl. New Girl's pretty dope though with them comedy wise though. But Woke is on. I want to say Prime or Hulu. It's one of those two. So I watched 2 shows and it's pretty dope, yo. I think you guys will like that joint.
The one I just looked it up. It's Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, that one's a little. Ooh, that made one. That one, bro.
I heard that one is crazy.
I watched one show, man. It would have you going out there doing some other things.
Yeah, somebody was like, "Yo, it's mad crazy, bro. It's mad crazy."
What is it called?
Lovecraft and Country.
Yeah,
it'll.
So I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out. So that's probably gonna be next.
It's a good show. It just will put you on another level.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be my next viewing. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah. Right. I actually watch on HBO too. I saw like maybe 2 or 3 shows of Watchmen.
Yeah, I've seen.
I got it. Like I liked it though, but I gotta really watch it, yo. So, but that was pretty cool. So, but I'm on Woke right now until I finish Woke. I think it's on its first season. So,
okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, man. So NFL news, man, it's dope, man.
It's a tough week for NFL news, bro.
It's a tough week.
Disappointing.
Let's talk about it, man.
All right, man. Let's go.
Yo, so now the craziest thing, obviously, what happened last week. We talked about Dak Prescott over the season, like, yo, he has to get paid.
Dude is gonna be a monster, bro. He was about to break records, bro.
Easily.
Because the team sucks.
Yeah, the defense sucks.
The defense sucks.
The defense sucks.
The offense is good.
The defense
I didn't think
sucks.
by us taking Byron Jones from the defense that it was going to be that bad.
Like their corner sucks. Their line actually sucks too.
Yeah, it's bad.
So,
but
I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this Dak situation. So I know we're all harping over the contract, right?
Yeah.
Or the contract that did not happen.
Yeah.
But they did offer him a contract.
Correct.
5 years, 175.
But he wanted less. He just wanted less
more.
years. No,
he wanted less years.
Less years. He just wanted a 3-year deal. They wanted to give him a 5-year deal.
So, is that Dak's fault, or is that the Cowboys' fault?
Yeah. And this is why I'm gonna say that it's negotiation, right?
Yeah. At the end of the day,
it's negotiation, and I think Dak didn't realize the leverage that he had, and I think everybody in the NFL, all players in the NFL, hey, if you're on a contract, man, or it's a contract year for you, or you're negotiating for a contract, get your contract before you play, bro. Because you can see that tomorrow is not promised. Like right now, Allen Robinson's getting paid like the 30th wide receiver in the league. Are you crazy? Like I'm not playing. I'm going to the general manager tomorrow. Like just after that Dak injury, and I'm like,
you're one play away from.
You're one play away, man.
You see what just happened to Dak? I need my contract before I touch that field again. Like that's what needs to happen.
Do you see what happened to Dak's legs? His ankle, man.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
Like I did not expect that at all. Man.
I'm hoping the best for the dude, man.
Oh, of course, yeah, man.
But the dude was on like a groundbreaking performance.
He was on a groundbreaking performance. He was on that Dallas Cowboys. You're gonna pay a lot of money.
Yeah. See, I think Jerry Jones was probably happy. Not happy that he's injured, but happy like, ooh. Yeah, God, I didn't put that money, invest that money. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying,
one of the old coaches, Indianapolis coach, when he won the championship. What is his name? What is his name again? Black guy.
Oh, you're talking about
Ted.
I'm
Gundy, something like that.
I know what you're talking about. I can't believe it.
He goes on there and says like it was a blessing for Dallas Cowboys that got injured. So Dalton can play. I was like, what is he talking right now?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Like, what are you talking about right now, man?
Dungy.
There it is. Yeah, so Dungy.
That's kind of nah. And I don't know the context of everything that he was saying, so I would have to listen to the context. But yeah, if that was his only comment, then that's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible, man. But Dak's injured. He's gonna be out for the season.
Yeah.
We talked about the contract issues right now, but Andy Dalton, what does that mean for him? What does that mean for
The Reds.
fantasy value for
Red Rifle, man.
Yeah,
Yo,
the Red
listen.
Rifle. Fantasy value for everybody else on.
If you listen
on
back
the
to the
squad.
show, man, when the negotiation was going on and all that stuff, I was like, yo, Red Rifle is capable, man. He was capable from the get-go. And
He was capable in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
In Cincinnati, yeah.
He's a good quarterback. The only thing is I think the person in question the most is CeeDee Lamb. So CeeDee Lamb,
Really?
yeah, CeeDee Lamb was on a tear. He was getting 39 targets so far through 5 games. He was tied at number 10 in targets. Who's going to be the Red Rifle's target there?
I think it's Lamb.
Yeah, because
I think it's Lamb.
So-
It's the guy, the rookie
Yeah,
that
but-
practiced with him.
and not only that,
I apologize. Yeah, 39, and Amari Cooper was second in the league in targets with 53.
I think it's Amari that's going to lose his.
Amari and Gallup is going to lose touches. This is where
It's going to be tight end and
tight end and slot.
Yep.
Like he doesn't pass the ball down the field like at all. Like that's not his MO. So
not anymore.
Gallup, if you have Gallup on your squad, you better trade him before Monday night because that's what's gonna happen.
It's done.
You know what I mean?
So safe to say Amari Cooper was going to have the best year, probably.
Was
Going to
have the best year. Right now, people are, taking anything that they can get for Cooper.
Yeah, if he can get 12 points, that's a win.
But I really think CeeDee Lamb is going to be the one that benefit.
It's CeeDee
the
Lamb.
most.
It's going to be CeeDee Lamb. It's going to be number 1 Zeke.
Yep.
Zeke, yeah.
Yeah, Zeke is going to get
CeeDee
a lot.
Lamb, tight end.
Yeah.
And then everything else is just going to be spread around.
I mean, Gallup didn't really get down the field that much when you think about it.
He doesn't, but I mean, that's
his
Lamb's
game,
role
though.
right now, and that is Gallup's game. It's like that 10 to 15 yards, and then Lamb gets that 3 to 5 yards, and tight end gets the same thing. So he's not a deep thrower, so he's gonna break it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Le'Veon Bell is released.
That is bull.
How does he? Get
I don't
released?
agree with that.
How does he get released before Gates gets fired?
I don't understand
I
that,
don't understand. I'm lost,
Because Gase is a golden boy.
bro. So,
dude. I'm like, I predicted him week 4. I'm like, all right, he
Yeah, but
probably
they
slide
said
to
that
week
they're
5.
not going to fire him.
They said there's no point of firing him right now. Just might as well go through the whole season. So if anything, he's just gonna get fired at the end of the season. So
that's trash. Okay.
I think they look at it as like, hey, we already paid him, so might as well just pay for the whole year.
Nah, man. He's going to ruin your team, bro. Like,
Team's already ruined, bro.
Yeah, it's already wrong.
If you
Yeah,
can
it's-
say the
it
only
can-
player
it-
on your team that is good is Crowder,
it can get worse, though.
how? At this point, how?
Gase will find a way, bro. Like,
Yeah,
he'll find a way. Like,
As a coach, as an owner, I'm looking like, hey, he's already 0-5.
Listen,
Might as well just
if I'm
do it.
If I'm
Possibility they may go 0
It could, and
Yo.
and that's good for them because if they do, they get the number 1 pick. Now the biggest problem is that do I
Darnold.
pick up Trevor Lawrence and
trade it away. I think they'll trade it away.
You think they'll trade him?
Donald.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they'll keep. No, I think they'll keep Darnold and trade the pick away to get
Yeah.
draft picks. But honestly,
Are you
man,
guys high on Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I like him.
I know
I've been
it's
high
hard.
on him.
I've seen him. I've seen him. He was. He's
He's
all right.
okay.
He's good.
Yeah,
No,
Saturday I'll actually
Trevor
watch.
I watched
Lawrence
him, the
is
Clemson
good,
and,
bro.
Yeah, he was all right.
Trevor is good, bro.
No, he's good.
Trevor,
He's
to me
good.
personally, Trevor's better than Tua. Me personally, I have to. Like I wanted them to wait for Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is way better than Tua.
I think he's good. I wouldn't. I'm not like head over heels. that
But
he's-
all these rookie quarterbacks are coming in the league looking good though.
They do.
When we see in Tua, like, hey, I'm telling you, Fitz
I can't.
Magic is
I
the
can't-
best. Hey,
That's the problem, yo. You want Tua to come in, but Fitz is just not playing around.
Fitz is like, oh, okay. So 2 rookies are in the league firing up. Oh, you want to come in? You want to come in? Not this
That's
week,
not
bro.
happening.
Not this week. You ain't coming in for me.
They're gonna
this
have to
week.
hurt me for you
Yeah.
to go in. Yo.
And that
But you
boy
think
came
so?
out and ball out.
You think Burrow's having a better season than Herbert?
No. But
No.
what I'm saying, they're like for a rookie quarterback, these guys are having a decent season.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
Herbert is.
Now going back to Le'Veon Bell, right? Only played 17 games. Obviously, we just said released. 1.5 years in the last 4 year in his 4-year contract worth like $52 million. Had 0 100-yard carries, had 0 rushing yards over 19 yards, 4 total touchdowns, and only had 264 rushing yards. Got paid $27 million.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And
Hey,
And I actually think he wants to play.
oh no, he does.
I think
he's
does.
hungry to
Yeah,
play. You
he's
saw
hungry
his
to play. I
workout,
think
what he
he
was
just
doing.
doesn't-
man, like
He just doesn't
it's-
want to play for the Jets.
No, I think the Jets
I
don't know
don't-
how to play him.
Yeah, I don't think it's playing for the Jets. I think it's the leader of the Jets, meaning
Gase.
the coach
Gase,
of the
yeah.
Jets, don't know how to use this player.
Nope.
That's what
Remember,
it is.
he didn't know how to use the running backs in Miami.
He traded
Look,
him away.
and I think that you're a good player. All right, so good player usually have egos.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like if you know you're like a good player in the league, like a top 50 player in the league, you probably have some ego coming with you,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Top 20, top 30, right? You would categorize Le'Veon Bell like a popular top player in the league before Gase. Same thing with Landry. Same thing with, you know what I mean? So any named player that's in the league that's under Gase, he gets rid of them. Like he
Easy.
doesn't like
With no
players. Yeah, he doesn't like players that are known or
That challenges him.
Right. Those players will challenge him.
And those are the players you actually need because they're going to make your team better.
Because these guys coming up, these guys have these egos, but their egos comes with I'm gonna show
prove it to
you
you.
what I can do.
Give me the ball.
Give me the ball.
I'm asking for the ball 'cause I'm gonna show you what I can do.
Right, exactly. And he doesn't like that.
He does not like
He
because
doesn't
he
like
wants
that.
to do it his own way.
Yeah.
But his way is not working. It hasn't worked
Dude.
in Miami. It hasn't worked in the Jets.
How is Balaj? No,
If he gets another job,
I know he's not. I know he's no longer on the Jets. But how is Balaj fail a physical, yet still come back on the team after
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell? Like
I don't know.
it's-
I don't know. It didn't make sense.
Listen, Frank.
And that's the thing. He loves getting people that he knows onto his team that are really not working out well. Even Balaj, we looked at just one game that he did well. That was last year against
Dude was
Minnesota
averaging
Vikings.
less than 2 points a yard. Man.
Why are you picking him up?
2 yards a carry?
Why are you
Giving
picking him
Gase way too much.
Yeah, too much eartime.
Yeah,
I
airtime,
was,
right.
I was
Yeah,
just about to
you're
say
right.
that too.
You're right.
I was just
So,
about to shut him down.
Let's get with Le'Veon. I mean, where do you think he's going to go? What team? What
I would like to see him in the hat that you got on.
really.
Yeah.
You think he may go there?
I'm not sure if he'll go there. You know, Dolphins do weird things.
They're like,
But
there
I
are
think
talks.
he would be good.
There are
He'll be
talks
good
about
there.
him.
There are talks of being
There
there
are
right
talks
now.
about him going to Miami
Yeah.
and all that stuff, which is why I just got offered a trade.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna go into that. But listen, man, I don't think personally. I think he would be best on a team like Kansas City.
You sure Clyde Hilaire fans want to hear that?
I know they don't.
They
but,
Can you imagine what would happen to fantasy if that happens?
Yo, everybody
go
that
crazy.
drafted Clyde in the first round would probably
We'll
go
go crazy.
nuts.
Cry,
They
yeah,
probably
we'll
have
cry.
to do a riot.
Yeah.
You'll probably see it like a fantasy football riot pretty soon or something.
Easy. But I mean, what other? I mean, you thinking the Bears, right?
Yeah,
Oh, you
Bears
think
and Kansas
KC
City.
and Bears, right?
Yeah, KC and Bears are
I
the
kind of
two.
put you. I can understand with the KC situation because at the end of the day, you want to compete against New England, right? So you want to make sure New England doesn't get that guy, right? I somewhat agree with you on the Bears, right? I did find out that if he picks up off a waiver or whatnot, the Jets owe him $6 million.
Right.
So at the end of the day, the team can offer him $1 million or $5 million.
Yes.
The Jets will still have to pay whatever's left off.
Yes,
so no matter
exactly.
what.
Right.
So if
There's
the Dolphins
guaranteed
pick him
money.
up,
There's
exactly.
There's $6 million that's guaranteed. So yeah, dude, I think
And I agree with Paul because I think Miami Dolphins will win because Howard is not doing anything, and we can release
It's
Howard.
the best situation for both Bell and for the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think
Because-
but he won.
Because if he go to Chicago,
His-
Montgomery is not a scrub. You know,
he's
But I mean, but his age right now, his age.
I think
he
you could
needs
get
to
a
be
good.
com-
I think you could get a good year out of him, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
no.
think
I,
he
I,
can
he can
more.
get one or two,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is like he would want to go to a competitive team, and a competitive team will be Kansas City.
Very true, but they're not going to use him like he wants to be used.
Yeah.
Kansas City would.
Not as a
How
bell
so?
cow.
Not as a bell cow because he needs to be the bell cow.
Yeah.
Not with Clyde Hilaire there.
Clyde can't crack a line in the
A
10
line.
yard.
Oh, I've said that
line,
since
but
the first
yeah,
week.
that red zone is not him, but he can play.
But the thing is, think
Yeah,
about who
Clyde
Bell
is a good.
He's a good
No,
player.
but
He's-
think about who Bell is.
I know.
Bell
Well, Clyde
can
wouldn't
catch-
see the field.
Right,
Yeah,
that's it.
Clyde. There's no
Clyde
reason
is
for
not-
Clyde.
right.
But that's the problem.
But that's
they're
the
not
problem.
gonna. They're not
Why
gonna
would
allow
they-
that.
Yeah,
They're
and they
not gonna allow
drafted
that.
him. They drafted
Yeah,
Clyde.
they're not gonna allow that. He's
They're
he wants
not
to
in
go
a
to a competitive team,
situation
but he wants to be
where
the well cow.
the running back is an issue for them. At least not yet.
See, and the reason why I say it works in Miami because at the end of the day, Gaskin has a lot. He's doing well,
But
you
he's
have
not
to
really
force
a
it. You have
true-
to
yeah.
but he's not really a true running back.
Running
like that.
back.
I
Yeah.
promise you, it's going to be a team that we're not even.
Oh yeah,
thinking
of
about.
course. Yeah. It's probably gonna be Tampa. They'll probably drop McCoy and pick up him.
Nah, it's not gonna be tough.
Actually, yeah, that's
So-
not even a bad look.
Before we go into the first quarter, man, but like, let's talk about the Jets, right? Now he's gone. You got Frank Gore there. You got LaMichael Perine there, who was a 4th-round pick from Florida, right? What do you think?
P. Ryan.
Yeah, Perine. I'm sorry. 4th-round pick from Florida. But he only has like 7.5 fantasy points right now. Anyways,
Funny enough, I think he's going to take over. But the thing is, the line sucks. The Jets sucks.
Yeah.
The coach sucks. So it's.
So you think Gore is not going to be the starter anymore?
Nah.
They're going to try to see.
No, they're
what
going to
Perine
try to
has.
see. Yeah, they're going to try to see what the rookie has. Like, the reason why they're saying that they're not going to fire Gase, right, is because, like, all right, we have some draft picks. We have some rookies. Let's see what we have. Let's see the players that we have. Go ahead and coach these players up. Put them in, whatever. I think
See what you can do with these guys.
a puppet master is going to be behind Gase and telling Gase, like, hey, I need to see what these players can do.
They're already talking about. Gase is already saying like, "Hey, listen, I'll give up my offensive play calls to whoever wants to handle it from like an offensive coordinator." Because remember, Gase was always the one. He can get an offensive coordinator, but he's always been the one calling the plays.
And he only dumped. Yo, come on, let's get off Gase, man.
Let's go. Let's
get
go.
off Gase.
All right. I mean, last one. I know we were going to go into the first quarter here, but Texans head coach gets fired.
I don't care. Let's
Atlanta.
Atlanta coaches
Yeah.
get fired.
I
Dan
don't care
Quinn
either.
fired.
I don't care either. But COVID though, you see what COVID is doing to the NFL, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah, we predicted that.
Yeah.
we
saw
knew
coming.
that shit was coming. Sorry.
Yeah,
But
COVID. Yeah, we saw it coming, and at this point, when you saw it the first week, and then you kind of saw it for the second week, you're like, "Come on, guys! I know you got something, right? You were supposed to already come out with a plan already
There
if
is no
something
plan.
occurred." And
I know
it just
Texans.
seems like nothing.
I know Texans was fire last night, but man, couldn't y'all just abide by the rules and just chill?
I
Like
just seen that the coach from Alabama
Yeah,
came
Saban.
down with Saban.
Yeah.
But yeah, this COVID is hitting everywhere. 19 players on the University of Florida.
No
It's-
bubble.
Nope.
bubble.
Hey,
You're gonna
man.
get COVID.
yeah, man.
And then, hey, Titan didn't help themselves by trying to do secret practices and all
Yeah.
that. So
So with last week, just want to wrap it up. I mean, you had 10-4. We all three of us was 10-4 record last week.
mean
with
10-6?
games.
10-6.
10-4, 14 games last
14
week.
games. Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
10-4.
Yeah, with the bye weeks and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. So first quarter, man, we have week 5 games recap, man. Who was the game that you loved? I mean, so much last week.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
I'm not
agree
gonna-
with you.
Go ahead, man.
I agree with
I'm going
you.
to let the non-homer take the Dolphins. Let's go.
ahead,
No, the Dolphins look good. Fitzpatrick looked good. I was actually shocked. I mean, I'm sure the world was shocked. The beatdown they put under San Francisco.
Oh,
A
it was
lot of-
beautiful though, man. You got to admit, it was a good beatdown.
Yeah, it was a lot of upsets because KC lost.
Yeah.
Buffalo lost.
Yep.
So it was a week of upsets, but
Buffalo's situation though, man, it's kind of tough
Colts
because
lost.
they lost against Tennessee. You looked at the team that was 4-0, right?
Yeah, 4-0.
Then they lose, and now next week they got KC who just lost.
Which makes for a great matchup
which makes for a great matchup.
because you have, and I want to see how both teams
Mm-hmm.
bounce back because they're both. I think Buffalo are Super Bowl contenders, from what I see so far. So I want to see how both teams match up. I want to see how Josh Allen looks
Yeah.
against KC.
How did you like? I guess the Dolphins game, man. You know, obviously you're a Tampa Bay fan.
I'm not a Tampa Bay fan.
What exactly in the Dolphins game that you liked? that you
Obviously, I'm a
found
Tampa
that
Bay
was
fan.
just the same as
Accept
it,
Tampa
man.
lost. I mean,
Go
just,
ahead and
it's
accept
just-
it.
I know. And that's what's so funny about it. Tampa lost, and you're right on the Dolphins. That's good.
Oh,
go ahead.
dang.
But go ahead, man. 43-17.
I have nothing to do with
At
that.
least the Dolphins know how to do something and win, right?
Here
Can
you
barely
go.
score over 100 points
Here
in
you
fantasy
go.
football.
Here you go. I scored 100. Scored over. It was a
115.
bad game.
Yeah, well, sure it was.
Go ahead, man.
But yeah, Fitz is showing leadership. That's what I
Yeah.
got to say. He looks good. All the receivers look good. Gesicki, Parker, they annihilated San Francisco.
That was
scores
shocking.
after scores.
You know what my favorite thing about that game was? It's not even the Dolphins scoring mad points. It's not even San Francisco came in flat. Hey, the coach realized like, holy crap, Garoppolo, you can't play ball. Like, yo, Garoppolo,
him.
you can't play ball. Sorry, man, you got to go on the bench. And you know what? Everybody was like, "Oh,
They
he's
were-
injured. He's injured. He's injured." No,
Nah, he wasn't injured.
he
They
wasn't
were
injured.
actually the
he
first
wasn't
time at full strength.
Yeah.
Debo, Kittle, Mustard.
Everybody was there.
Everybody was there.
Everybody was there.
And that's why
Everybody
they
was
were
there.
like, Dolphins is not going to win. And
Yeah.
then Garoppolo started throwing the ball. They were like,
Yo, they
"Ooh."
realized the party was crowded and like, hey, Garoppolo, man, you shouldn't.
I
be
think
there.
at one point San Francisco had negative fantasy points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The defense.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, they played well, man. You had, like we were talking about Fitzpatrick, man. He threw out for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. He averaged about 27, depending on what, PPR
Yeah.
you're using, but 27 fantasy points, I mean, the guy was playing. He's literally, for the last couple of games, he's been averaging like over 20 fantasy points.
Yeah, he
He's
has
putting up a lot of fantasy
Fitzpatrick's looking good. That's why I'm worried about Tua, man. I really wanted to see Tua around this time, but hey, man, if the Dolphins win, if the Dolphins is winning,
Are
I'll go
winning,
with that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll
you
take
leave
that.
him. You
know what I
leave
mean?
Fitzpatrick in. You wait till
Yep.
Tua for next year,
Yep.
continuing to win. Defense
agree.
is starting to pick up.
Give him a full
mean-
off season, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Get him to know like all the players and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know what the most shocking thing about this entire NFL season is that the Browns is 4-1.
Yes, I actually lost money because of that.
Yeah,
I thought Colts were going to win.
But that's the thing. We knew it was going to happen, right? Because we wanted it to happen. There's like
But
so
it's
many
not
players
happening.
that they have.
It's not happening in the way still that we think that it should be happening.
Yeah, I don't like
It's really kind of like ugly football.
To me, it's
real
this.
ugly football.
Yeah.
But to me, it's this.
Nothing
It's
to get
Chubbs
excited about.
It's gone.
Other than the
Yeah, but-
Cowboys game,
Yeah.
I can't remember anything the Browns have done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I guess I can give
It's
them
not-
the Cincinnati
You can give him
game
the Cincinnati game, but
too.
it's
Like,
Cincinnati at the
but
same
that-
time.
I remember the throw from Landry to
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and they
was a
try
trick
to-
play
They
and-
tried to do that the last time,
and that
too.
didn't work out.
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, so,
but I think it's just
I
that
still don't believe in them though.
I'm not gonna say I believe in them. I think they're in a better position now. But like I said,
have a better coach.
sometimes when you're trying to do too much, it hurts you. And I think that's what that was. You have Hunt and Chubbs there, and you got a starting tight end that's big, but you can't give him the ball because you don't have enough.
He's
places
getting
to throw.
involved now the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, and
After
that's
I
because.
dropped him.
But that's because yeah, I got him whenever you want.
I dropped him in 2 leagues, bro.
Yeah,
Dropped
I
him
picked
in
him
2
up in
leagues.
both of those leagues. I picked him up in both of those leagues, yo.
Uber,
But, I
hate
mean,
you.
but I think
After
he's doing that.
traded for the dude. I traded
Yeah.
for the dude.
Yeah,
The
that
dude
pepper
gave
shrimp,
me
bro.
Nothing. Gave
Pepper
me
shrimp.
Nothing,
That's
bro.
what happens when you get that pepper shrimp. bro.
Nothing.
Raiders in KC, man. What do you guys think about that game? I know we're gonna get to
Raiders
heroes
and
zeros,
KC.
but-
Hey, listen, I feel like the Raiders play to their competition.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with the Saints. Everybody and their mama was like, hey, the Saints is going to win.
Yep.
Everybody and their mama, plus the dog, was saying, hey, the Kansas City's going to win. And man, the Raiders came out and showed them like, yo,
I thought-
you ain't as good as me.
Yeah, I thought KC.
Their
was gonna win
defense
that, man.
looked good.
They
Their
looked
rush
good.
defense.
Good.
Rush defense
And
looked good
imagine
against
that.
Pat Mahomes.
Imagine that the Raiders is not even at full strength. That granted, they just got one of their wide receiver, their rookie wide receiver back. You know what I mean? Other than that, like they're not full
Yeah,
strength.
Ruggs was there.
Yeah, Ruggs was there.
Ruggs exploited them.
Aguilar was playing
Right.
well.
Tyrell Williams is still not there.
Yeah.
Like they still haven't had their team yet. And so they need to stop playing down to the bad teams and playing up to the good teams.
Yeah.
They need to just be consistent. And I think they can smash real good.
I think the Saints Chargers game was a good game as well.
Yes, I like
That was
that.
a good game. Herbert.
That
looked-
showed Herbert out,
Yeah,
man.
Herbert looks good. He
Mike
can
Williams
move.
looked good.
Mike Williams looked wonderful.
It's like
Probably
we've
the
been
best.
waiting for Mike Williams,
Yeah.
and there he is, like in his last year.
And
contract as
even
usual.
Lattimore. I know Mike Williams got the better of him on some of the plays, but
Yeah.
he also
he came out. He showed out. Yeah,
So
he showed out,
yeah.
especially with the last tackle. I actually thought with that last pass, I thought Mike Williams would have got that
Was
first
gonna
down,
get it, yeah.
but he did that power slam and just pushed him right back down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was rooting for the Chargers to win
Breeze
that game
looked
too.
good. Looked good in that game too.
Yeah,
Not initially though.
Yeah,
Like,
and
initially,
like,
initially I was worried. I was like, oh, Breeze is done.
But he led a comeback.
yeah, he can't.
I think they're hungry for Mike Thomas to come back. I think that's what it is. That's what's killing them right now.
I think Crab Legs is gonna be fire in that offense, bro.
When Breeze retires,
Yeah.
Crablade's got this sound pat.
Yeah.
It's his team. No, really, it's his team, bro.
You know what I can't stand with New Orleans?
Hill.
Yes,
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand. Like Granted, he got a touchdown,
Yeah.
but
It's a trick play that's
They need-
always
they need
there,
to stop it.
They
Like,
need to either make him a wide receiver or make him a backup
back
quarterback.
That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Stop that foolishness.
That's
man.
it's
Quick
ridiculous.
quick touch on Teddy Bridgewater, being that we're talking about a backup.
Yeah.
With crab legs. Teddy Bridgewater sat in that offense for what, 2 years?
Yep.
Learning.
Hey, we
He
need to
looks-
stop calling the dude crab legs. Call him by his name, Jameis Winston.
Jameis
Jameis
Winston.
Yeah, we need to. We
Who
need to
gave
put,
him that name, crab legs?
Because
it's because he stole crabs. Oh no, it wasn't that he stole
He
crabs.
didn't steal it. A buddy of his worked in the seafood department
back in college.
Yeah.
So we need
So-
we need to put some respect on the dude's
So-
name.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis
Jameis
Winston.
Winston.
Jameis
So
Winston.
Teddy Bridgewater, we don't talk about him a lot, but
No.
he's looked good.
He looks
over
good.
these-
I
over
mean,
these past
originally we
couple
were talking
weeks.
about, hey, Teddy's not going to do well. I think that first week he was not doing well at all.
Yep.
And now he's like, yo, I'm good.
He's
I know
getting
the
that
plays.
offense.
I know the offense.
He's getting the
I know
offense
who to throw
down.
the ball to.
And speaking about that offense, man. Robbie Anderson, man.
I was just going to touch on
Robbie
that.
Anderson is
Did not expect that,
fire.
right?
Number one wide receiver,
Did
man.
not expect
Yes.
that, right?
No, DJ, like more, like none
He's
of them.
really
Yeah.
pissing me off.
But the thing is that
Oh, yeah,
where did
what-
he come
I
from?
have DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Where did he
But
come
funny
from?
enough, though,
He came from
Robbie
the Jets.
Anderson
Can't do nothing.
right now tied for number of targets with 47 and 490 yards. So he's producing week after week.
Week after week.
DJ
We always
Moore is
thought-
not too far behind, number 15 in targets.
But it's that deep threat. with
But
Robbie.
it's a deep threat.
And what we
he's
always
looked
thought,
like the favorite target.
We thought like Robbie Anderson is a one-dimensional player, but
Yeah.
he has been playing lights out. So what that tells me,
Go ahead.
what that tells me is that there's certain coaches. There's a certain coach. Like,
Yep.
look, let's talk about their players.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about the players that he got rid of. Right, Minka Fitzpatrick,
Yep.
fire.
Yep.
Okay, Drake, fire last year.
Well,
I don't
he
know.
didn't get rid of Minka.
No, we're talking about
Flores
Gase
got
again.
rid of Minka.
Can we stop talking about
I wasn't talking. I didn't call any names.
Yeah.
But we
about
know
the
who
players.
you're
I
talking
was talking
about.
about the players.
Flores.
So you know what I mean? Like Drake fire last year. I don't know what's happening this year.
I can tell you what's
Tannehill.
happening. Nothing.
Tannehill's fire this year. You see
He
what
couldn't coach Tannehill.
Robbie Anderson fire this year. Like
Couldn't coach Robbie Anderson.
Oh my God, this dude sucks.
Yeah.
We
He
know
sucks.
Yeah. It's those players. He cannot coach top-rated 4-star players, 5-star players.
And
he can't.
Jarvis
Can't
Landry
coach.
has been fired since
Since
he
that.
got rid of him.
Yep.
So
So,
Robbie Anderson is shockingly getting 12 targets so far in the red zone as well.
yeah.
In
So
5 games.
he's that's how they're looking. He's the number one wide receiver.
He's the
there
number
now.
one wide
He-
receiver
He
there.
is the
Yeah.
number one wide
It's-
receiver there.
it's-
so we got
So-
heroes and zeros in NFF. Now, we know, as your boy just stated earlier, all of us are 2 and 3.
We all 2 and 3. He
All
has
of us
more
are 2
points
and
than
3.
us though.
And we got more points than us. You
Yeah.
know, at least we say it first because he gonna say it anyways.
Yeah.
But who's your hero and who's your zero?
Number one, I don't produce zeros over here.
You don't produce
So,
zeros?
Yeah. So you could go ahead and
And those 3
start with
losses,
this.
what happened?
In those 3 losses, I beat you twice.
I know,
though,
I'm just
right?
asking you. In those
I
3
beat
losses, you
though,
didn't have
right?
a zero in there?
But I beat you
All
though, right?
All right, go ahead.
So all
You're
right,
2 and 3.
Since he's mad cocky on that crap,
Mad cocky.
talking about you don't produce.
Yeah, you don't
about-
produce zeros,
Yeah, I don't
yo.
produce zeros.
I
like,
produce
like everybody on
zeros.
his team got 30 points each, and then like everybody.
I'll
and he
start
just
it
lost.
off. So
I'm that good.
I don't produce zeros. I'll continue it. So my heroes for the week, I gotta go with, even though he was on my bench, Alexander Madison. Came in the second half and had over 100 rushing yards. And my other,
We're expecting Cook to be back, right?
No, I think Cook is out this week because they have
This
a
week?
bye week coming up. But quick stat on Alexander here. He's averaging 4.98 yards per carry. Cook is at 5.32.
Yes.
So I don't think there's going to be a much drop off if Madison starts this week against Atlanta. He's a surefire DFS, PPR standard, whatever league you're in. He's a must start.
I think they're going to throw the ball more because the Atlanta Falcons defense is horrible right now.
They're
Their
horrible on
secondary is
everything.
horrible. Yeah, I mean they are, but I think Kirk is going to start passing the ball deep on them.
The next person I want to give a shout out. I know we've been talking about the Jets for God knows why we keep
And
talking
you about
about
to give
them.
him a shout out?
No, the best player on the team
Crowder.
for another hero is Crowder.
Everywhere.
I think he's
Saving
only played
lives over
3 or 4 games this year.
Yeah.
But over 20 or
3,
over
I think.
19 fantasy points.
saving lives over there.
Yeah, and
Saving
he's getting ample targets, 10 plus targets a game. So definitely my 2 heroes. I don't produce zeros.
My hero that stays being
You
my
got a hero?
I got a hero. Bro.
In 115 points.
I got a hero,
You
bro.
find a hero?
I found a hero. Bro.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. Zeke is my hero. Averaging, always on point, right? My zero.
Yo, that's dope.
My zero, bro. First of all, I should have won. Chase's just went off.
Should have won.
Should've
I
won.
Should have won.
So
Hey,
if you
no, no,
scored
no, no.
115 points,
No,
he
no,
was
no, no,
expected
no, no.
to score
Chase
100.
went off. Chase went off.
Listen.
Chase went off, bro.
The points difference.
Chase went off. No, it was
Listen.
it was literally 30 points. But no, it wasn't 30 points. It was like 15 points difference.
Okay,
Dude.
listen. Can I say something?
You're lucky you didn't get
Let
called
me
to the front
explain
of the
to you when-
congregation just
Matter of
because
fact,
you were a boy.
I already told you I'll
Let
come
me-
up to
let
the
me say
congregation.
something.
Yo, I got
Yo,
that
no, no.
island butt whooping.
No. Let me explain to you. Let me explain when you say that line about
Yeah.
you should have won.
Yeah.
Not when you get blown out.
I wasn't blown out.
Anything
talking
over
about?
10 points is blown out.
Oh,
okay?
come
All
on
right?
now.
Nah,
So,
not
Nah,
anything
you
over
wildin',
10
bro.
points.
You wildin',
Anything
dude.
over 20, 25.
You wildin',
All right,
yo.
so listen.
It was just
you shouldn't have won.
Chase.
Yeah, you shouldn't have won.
Chase.
That's
Not
what-
scoring
You want to know what
115
should have
points.
won? Me losing to you with 1 point. That's a should have won. Like not 15, 20 points.
All right,
Are you
cool.
crazy?
You keep putting 20 in there. It was 15. But I got what you said. I got what you said, yeah. So my zero.
So you lost 158 to 115 and you should have won.
oh shit.
That's what I'm
My
saying.
bad.
That's not should have won.
I didn't want to blast you, but
Yo,
Hey,
that is
that's a
not-
blast, yo. Why
that is
we
not
ain't just let it
shoulda
go?
won.
Why we ain't just let it go?
Because you're talking about you
All right,
should have
cool.
won. Now I'm like,
and
how?
this and
How?
funny enough, he beat you. Oh my god!
Without
He
Claypool.
beat you. Not even no. He
Without
beat
Claypool,
you
he would've
with
won.
Rivers scoring only 4 points.
Claypool had
4
45,
points.
bro.
Okay, but his quarterback scored 4 points.
But Claypool
4
had
points,
45.
and he beat you.
45 points. 45 points,
It's not
bro.
looking good for you, man.
Jesus. And
Man.
my zero is with the butt whipping I got from Claypool is Juju. Because all he did for me was dance
Yeah.
for Claypool.
For Claypool. Yeah, he was celebrating Claypool
all
4
game,
touchdowns.
bro.
Technically, it was 5, though.
5, yeah, but
thank
they
God
did-
they call that one back.
Amen to that one, bro.
You
Couldn't
would
do
have
it,
been
bro. I was
smashed, like,
I was
wow,
done.
dude.
I was
But-
done, bro. I was like, yo, defense don't want to guard him. No one wants to hold him.
Bro,
Penalty. Grab him.
I know, right?
Face mask him, yo. Do something.
My heroes and zeros. Hero is Mike Davis. That dude has been great. And I just want to point something out. So I know you guys say C-Mac is great. Look at Mike Davis. Mike Davis has been cut from 2 teams. It's the system that's great.
It's a system for him.
Okay. So
I agree
yeah.
with you on that.
Yeah, 4.78
He was with the,
yards per attempt.
Yeah. So Mike Davis is
he was
my
with the
hero.
Bears, and I can't remember
You
the
want-
other team that he was.
You want to know who my zero is?
Who?
And it's literally 0.
Who?
Scotty Miller. He gave
Oh,
me 0.
again?
Gave you 0
He
points.
gave me
Again?
He gave me 0.
Yeah,
So,
he did
Scott-
give you 0
so that's the second time Scotty Miller is a 0.
Jeez, back to back zero. Yeah,
Dude, dude can jump off of a cliff.
and that's the other thing, yo. What was it? My zero from last week was
Yeah, plenty
Texans.
of 'em.
No, I did not. Was Texans wide receiver
Cooks.
Brandon Cook,
Brandon
and he
Cook.
goes off
He
for
goes off,
38 points. And I called Dre. I'm like, yo, Dre. As I'm putting my lineup, right? I'm like, I don't want to start him because I don't want to get a 0. But I was like, yo, I bet you he go off with the new coach.
Yeah, and
Cornell.
he did.
He went off.
Did.
38.
He did. The other 0, I had two zeros for my team. The other 0 is the manager. Man.
You?
Yes. I called myself a 0 last week.
Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna
Waiting for
explain
that for weeks
Wow.
now.
Weeks, years.
Get the hell out of here.
Like, it's
But let
like-
me explain to you why. Like, so, you know how I don't set my lineup until game day, right?
Yep.
I'll have players
Do
in my
that.
lineup that I'll have players in my lineup that I have no reason to play.
Yep.
None. 0 reason to play.
And what's the point of that?
I don't know. I just do it. All right. It's just me. It's just something I do. And literally, I have a player that I wanted to switch at 4:00, and I did not get to switch that player at 4:00.
Exactly.
That's what happens.
And because I was out, I was hanging out with.
You didn't think about it, nothing like that. You were
Yeah,
just
I was
doing your
out
thing.
drinking and all that stuff, and then the game start. The Dolphins game start, and Ayuk got snagged. I was like, I didn't want to start Ayuk in this game, not this game,
And then
not against my team.
And then that was the worst.
That was the worst. And
You were over there
you
were trying to get Ayuk to play, and then at the same time, you're like, Dolphins win.
Yeah, that was the worst thing. Funny enough, I was pleased though. I was pleased that the Dolphins won. So all right, so
we got second quarter here, man. Top week 6 games, right? So we got Cardinals versus Cowboys. And we had who else? We got
Green Bay versus
Tampa, Falcons and Vikings, Lions and Jacksonville, Browns and Steelers, and Rams and 49ers.
All right, so see, you got your first. Let's cover. You have to cover the Cardinals and Cowboys. So their point total is 54.5 according to DraftKings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you a question, man. Over or under?
I'm under on this.
I'm under on this one.
Cardinals and Cowboys, you think it's going to be under 54 total points?
Yeah.
I'm over. This is why I say I'm over. There's no defense on the Cowboys. Zero defense. And you see what
but
Hopkins...
there's a new quarterback.
Yeah, there's a new quarterback.
But what I'm saying, you see what Hopkins can do. You see what Hopkins, Kyler Murray, and that offense can do. They can put up points. So I'm estimating them, seriously, I'm estimating them about 30-plus points, right? Against that, every team put up 30-plus points against the Cowboys. Yeah. Every team put up, and they are better.
Yeah, but
than
every team doesn't just have one receiver. Hopkins is truly the only receiver out there, and somebody eventually has to stop Hopkins to be a low-scoring game. Because even last week he had like 100 and something yards.
Hopkins is tied for second in targets and leads the league in receptions.
Leads the league in reception. That means no matter how many corners are
but he only had one touchdown last week, though. If you're saying that,
the league in yards too.
Yeah, but if you're saying that means the other 21 points, it has to come from somewhere.
No, what I'm saying is they're gonna pass it
all over the defense.
No. I think Hopkins is gonna get his. Kyler Murray's gonna get his because he rushed the ball.
He rushes the ball.
Yeah, I don't know about Drake. This is
yeah.
Drake.
This
is Drake do and die. This is literally.
I'm no longer a believer in Drake.
Yeah, this is Drake
whatsoever.
Yeah, this is.
But
Drake
I do like Gus Edwards. Is it Gus?
No.
Chase Edmonds. Chase Edmonds. Yeah. I like Chase Edmonds in this one, and I also like Christian Kirk.
Yeah, right. I like Chase Edmonds. I don't know about Christian yet, but someone has to get the ball.
But you're right. But I'm saying though, the Cowboys defense is so soft. That I'm estimating that, Cardinals is going to put up at least 30 points, right? And what that's going to do to the Cowboys is force them to put up points. So for 54 points, I think, like, you know what I mean? I definitely
think it's
an
under.
Tell me why you say the under.
I don't like Arizona's defense also because the run defense has not played well against any team right now. They're averaging or allowing. I mean, even Jets ran. They allow 4.4 yards per carry, and per game, and then Jets ran 4.5 on them. And then we know Jets team is nobody. So I see Zeke running that ball, man.
No, I agree that
I think Zeke is going to have a big game, and I think Hopkins is going to have a big game. But I don't think. I think with the quarterback,
play Zeke out of the game, where.
They're going to have to throw the ball.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They're going to put up so many points that every team.
You think so?
Every team, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not. Who did they play last week?
Oh, you talking about the
Cowboys.
Giants.
Okay. And how many points did the Giants put up?
I agree with you.
How many? That's the worst offensive line.
Yeah.
They're down with wide receivers and everything. And how many points did the Giants put up? So that's what I'm saying. You're having a better line, a better better quarterback, a better wide receivers. You feel me? So why would I think that's under? If it wasn't an under in the Giants game, how would this be an under?
Here's the reason why. This is what my belief on that is that when Dak was in there, Dak was throwing the ball.
Yeah.
He was throwing the ball deep. Yeah. It was going. It was
back and forth.
I just don't
see the ball being
Dalton is not going to throw that ball like that. And that means the ball's going to be steady.
And the offense is not going to be as prolific.
Yeah. Hey, I hate to tell y'all.
Time is going to run off the clock.
I hate to tell y'all. The Cowboys won as a result of the Red Rifle last week because they were going to be down. Yes. Listen, that drive, the one drive in the fourth quarter.
He's a good.
That's what I'm saying.
So deep passer.
He doesn't need to pass.
But that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you, though. He's going to drive, right? That means time is going to come off the clock.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That means more time, less time for the defense to be on the field.
If
Dak was not doing that. Dak was throwing.
Yeah, you're blessed right now.
It's
going to be a lot.
What I'm saying is, all right. So I'm just looking at history with the Cowboys, right? Everybody has put up over 30 points.
Yeah.
last week against the Giants, do you guys think the Giants' offense is a great offense?
No.
Okay.
Nothing about the Giants is
Last week
good.
against the Giants, it was
I
70,
agree with you.
71 points.
I agree with you.
How can I bet the under when one of the worst team in the NFL just put up
I agree
71
with you.
points?
I don't think it's going to be a passing game.
Yeah, me neither.
I agree
Not
with
for,
you.
not
I
for-
saw that with the Giants because of the fact that they had to pass the ball because that's all Dak was doing was
Hey,
passing
they have
the ball.
to pass
bro.
the ball because Drake,
Not like that.
Drake ain't going through the tackles.
Oh, he ain't doing nothing.
Right. So they're passing the ball. They're passing the ball.
Drake has been a disappointment.
I told y'all boys.
They're passing the ball through Chase. They're passing the ball to all the wide receivers. Kyler Murray is running the
what I'm
ball.
saying.
It's all pass.
I like
Chase Edmonds is a must start at this
Yeah,
point.
I listen.
I wouldn't go that far,
I
but
no,
he's
I think
not-
he should start. I
Are
think
you
you start
serious?
him. I think I'm going
Nope.
Zeke to
Week
start,
after
Lamb
week,
to start.
He's
I'm
getting
not-
like 8 targets.
Yeah,
Yeah, 8 targets, but
you start. You got to start.
You
Chase.
gotta start.
You got to
him.
start.
You
Chase.
gotta start Chase.
You got to start Chase. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like I have a
looking
start
at
Chase.
the
start
It's
Chase.
it's the Drake that my concern is.
y'all
because-
looking at the wrong variable. But go
What
ahead, man.
wrong variable? He's a great flex.
Yeah.
All right,
option.
so Drake is getting like 50 plus snap while he's getting like 30. That's one. Drake ran the ball probably. I think Drake. I don't have the stat in front of me, but I think Drake ran the ball probably like 13 to 18 times, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And he only ran it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He only got 6 passes,
Yep.
and he scored on one of them. That's all he did.
But it also tells
That's
me
all
that.
he did.
But it also tells me that Drake has to get the ball multiple times to even do
That's
anything.
every running back, though.
Nah, that's not every running back.
They're not passing the ball to Drake. They want Drake
Okay.
to go
I think
between
Drake
the
only
tackles.
got the touchdown.
Chase
anyway, so maybe
Edmonds is
points, fantasy
averaging
points
5
increase.
yards per attempt. Drake is averaging 3.69.
No, talk about the usage.
The
Yeah,
usage
Drake-
is different.
Drake is getting
but
more,
he can
but
get
that's
more
it.
usage. But if Drake is continuously getting stopped,
Exactly.
then what's
Is that,
the point of
is that
starting him?
rushing yards or
Rushing
just
yards.
carrying
That's
yards?
rushing.
Rushing.
That's rushing yards.
I think Drake still has that job. This is his week, though.
No,
This is
he
his
has
week.
the job.
I
but it's
still
definitely
think
a
if he
command
got
advantage.
Evans, you
But
trust
I
him.
wouldn't put Chase in my lineup at all.
All right, so I
You
got.
wouldn't put Chase. in
I
your
I
would.
lineup?
wouldn't put Chase in my lineup at all.
He's produced back-to-back weeks.
Who do you
I
got?
wouldn't put Chase in my lineup.
You got Tampa and
I'm
Green
telling
Bay.
you right now. I
You
wouldn't
got
put Chase
Tampa
in my
and
lineup.
Green Bay. I already
against,
said Zeke,
against
Lamb.
Atlanta this weekend. You wouldn't.
Not Atlanta. You
Nah,
mean
they're
that.
not
I mean,
playing
against
Cowboys.
Cowboys, you
yeah.
wouldn't.
Nah, I wouldn't put Chase in my lineup.
I would. I don't know. I would.
Why? That makes. Okay.
Go ahead, man. What's Green Bay and Tampa, man? What you got?
Green Bay and Tampa. So for me, man, Green Bay and Tampa is kind of like a even defenses on both sides. They're both ranked pretty high. Tampa has Green Bay has given up over 900 yards or like 990 yards, 7 touchdowns. They actually rank number 6 overall in the pass defense. And their rushing defense is actually pretty good. They're ranked number 3 on Green Bay. They only given up 423 yards, but the touchdown is pretty high, which is 5. Tampa Bay, on the other hand, has been great, man. Only 292 yards to running back with 4 touchdowns. They're ranked number 2 against the rush. On the passing yards, they've given up a lot of passing yards. So if you're trying to beat Tampa Bay, you want to pass the ball. They've given up over 1,200 yards, around 1,200 yards to wide receivers with 7 touchdowns. They rank actually number 19. So how I look at this is, hey, Green Bay wide receivers are going to eat. So if you have Adams, if you have, MVS, they're going to eat. They actually... The only thing about that is, though, the tight end for Green Bay is going to eat, which is Tanyan. On the flip side, do not start any tight ends. None. 0 tight ends for Tampa Bay.
No.
0. Because Green Bay is really good
Strong
against the
safety.
tight ends.
Yep.
They haven't given up any touchdowns to the tight ends. They're averaging about 47 yards to the tight end. So you're looking at, if you're playing in a PPR league, you're probably looking at about 5-6 points every week.
Look what
You
they
know
did to
I mean?
Hurst.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? So right now, I think Green Bay will take this win. But no tight end as far as starts and sits. No tight ends against Green Bay. Forget that. You can start your wide receivers against Green Bay with Godwin coming back. He's gonna eat into Green Bay a lot. Same thing with Green Bay. Start your wide receivers. It's going to be a wide receiver shootout game. That's why the point totals are so high. and it's 54 is a point total. I'm probably
taking
going to
the
take
under.
You're taking the under.
Yeah.
I'll take it over on
I'm
that
taking
one.
over on that one. I'm taking over on that one.
That's too. Tampa's a good defense.
They're going to be passing that ball, man. They're going to be passing. Green Bay's going to pass that ball. He's
They-
going to pass
their
that ball. It
offense
doesn't
is-
matter.
that offense
it
is-
doesn't matter
that- yeah.
about Tampa Bay's defense with
But
Aaron
Green Bay's
Rodgers.
offense is not like KC's offense, or
They're actually pretty good.
They're
though.
pretty
they're
good,
good.
though,
They're
man.
effective.
Yeah.
They're very effective.
Yeah, but the thing is, Aaron's not going to stop throwing that ball. No matter if he gets an interception or not, he's going to throw that ball.
The only way I would bet the under is if Adams doesn't play. So if
Yeah.
Adams doesn't play this week,
But
I'll
also,
definitely take the under.
I like the Williams and Adams not Adams, but Williams and Aaron Jones
I don't like
situation.
that.
You don't think that
I don't
Williams
like
is gonna get fantasy points in this game?
He's gonna get fantasy points, but I don't like.
I mean,
don't
obviously you got Aaron Jones. That's why you don't like it.
yeah, selfishly, I don't like that.
Selfish, whatever.
Selfishly, I don't like that. But this is the thing though. Tampa Bay defensive line is ridiculous. It's one of the best. They're ranked
Yep.
number 2.
Yeah,
So, Aaron Jones, Williams. Granted, you're not gonna
They're
take.
going to get to.
You're not gonna
Rodgers
take
a lot,
Aaron.
too.
Yeah,
right,
yeah, I think so, too.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rodgers is gonna get sacked a lot.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree with you, PJ. I'm gonna take the under on
That's
this.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't think Aaron Jones is going to get the red zone touches, and that's where he's going to build his points. As far as yardage goes, he's not going to get it.
Okay.
Jamal Williams, I don't think he's going to be effective in this game at all.
Really?
At all. Like, he's not going to be that
Not
player.
touch the ball.
Nah, he's probably not going to touch the ball.
P, you got Falcons and Falcons, man.
Yeah,
Vikings.
Falcons and Vikings is the most fantasy friendly game I believe on this entire slate this Sunday. I'll definitely take the over on this. It's 54 points. Falcons, as you know, defense is horrendous.
Yes,
Horrendous.
yes.
So Justin Jefferson, Thielen, Kirk Cousins,
They're gonna
Alexander Madison,
continuously-
because I think Dalvin Cook is out because it's the Falcons.
Yeah.
So everybody's a must start on the Vikings, but it's the same situation on the Falcons. If you notice, every team puts up points on Vikings as well. So it's a complete shootout with this one. Vikings defense is slightly better, but it's nothing to talk about. So Calvin Ridley's a must start. Julio, if he plays,
Must start.
is a must start. Gurley's a must start. We saw what he did last week. Gage is a good DFS punt on this one, but I wouldn't start him in PPR or standard. But with a new coach, right?
Yep.
So we'll see if that
works out.
if that works out, if that has an effect. So it's the most fantasy friendly game on the slate.
And he's a
Practically-
defensive coach, by the way.
Yeah.
Practically everybody starts,
Raheem Morris.
and I'm taking the over on that.
Battle of the 1-win teams.
I don't see this is like funny. Like I wouldn't like the Lions Jacksonville 54.5. I don't see
I don't
that.
see that happening.
Like that's an under for me, easy.
Yeah, but they're both defenses are horrible.
Both
That's
defenses
the
are
thing.
horrible, but both offenses are not like.
No, the offensives are actually pretty
it's
good.
okay. Yeah,
Yo,
I mean,
yo,
you're looking
the
at
On occasion, they're
you're
okay.
looking at Galladay. You know, Stafford throws that ball. Marvin Jones hasn't been doing well, but Galladay's out
I
there.
think this is the
scored a
Marvin
touchdown.
Jones 2 touchdown game.
I
You
think
think
so
so?
too. Yeah,
Yeah, I think this is the
I
Marvin
think
Jones
I think
2 touchdown
Jaguars
game.
is gonna pay attention more to Galladay, and then
Yeah,
Marvin Jones.
and
is gonna
Marvin
ball.
Jones gonna have
Actually,
that 2 touchdown.
I could see.
I can see
going
the over. Yeah, I can
see
see the over because there's no defense. You're not playing
Yeah.
any defense. It's straight
They're
offense.
gonna
Everybody's
throw that
gonna
ball,
pass.
bro.
Everybody has a good. If you have Minshew, you have a great matchup. You
Yeah.
have Stafford. It's a great
Great
matchup.
matchup.
Yeah,
Wide
I mean, you
receivers.
pretty much play
great
everybody.
matchup. You're playing
You
everybody.
play everybody. I couldn't find no
The
person
only thing
to
I
sit.
can't stand with Detroit, I hate to say it, their backfield sucked. You just spent the second round on Swift, and yet you can't. You're
Yeah, their
putting
backfield.
like
But Adrian Peterson is averaging 4.5 yards per carry, though, man. I mean, he's not going 6, but that's still good. And which Jaguars defense that's already allowing their defense is already allowing 4.5 yards.
here's my thing. Here's my thing. You drafted Swift,
I agree with you.
right? So you drafted Swift.
Yep.
You have not given him the opportunity because you're sticking with your history, right?
Which is throwing the ball.
That's
He's
no.
next
You
to be
sticking.
fired.
What I'm saying is, not the coach, the offensive coordinator is sticking to his history.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So he's playing the player that he knows.
Yep.
All right.
Which is Peterson.
Right. So Swift, on the other hand, though, is the rookie. He can do both. He can catch
and run.
Catch and
You
run.
have more.
I've been questioning
option.
why they.
So
they
my
pick
thing
him up.
is, you go ahead and you put Adrian Peterson in the game. All right, they can anticipate a run. You go ahead and switch Adrian Peterson because he can't catch.
Yep.
You're gonna put Swift in the game. Okay, there's a possibility there's a Swift game. It's gonna be a catch. Hey,
But
you
I already know
that's
it.
going on in a lot of places because it's
Yeah.
happening in the Rams out in
and that's
Rams.
trash.
That's
Like
trash.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm
you should
actually
do that.
disappointed that the Rams is doing this
Yeah.
because they had more success when they had one stationary running back that can do everything. You know what I mean?
And I think you just run with that running back.
run
and
with
then
that
go
running
with it.
back, get him in the groove, get him going. You know what I mean? Like,
But this committee, like, look at
I
even
hate these
last
committees.
night.
There's,
like,
there's
man.
a couple teams that got a great
Look at-
committee.
look
then
at
there's teams that don't.
the Chargers last night. We all thought that Kelly was gonna be the kind of like the worst workhorse, and it was the opposite.
But the problem
it was
is,
Justin
like-
Jackson.
Justin
Like,
Jackson.
So-
and remember I told you that. I was like, everybody was
Yeah,
coming
but
at me was like, yo, it's
Justin
not
Jackson
Justin.
is like.
But Justin
everything.
was there. Justin was there before. He was there for 2 years.
But that's
Kelly's
the thing,
the
though.
rookie.
Like this year has been so fantasy is always unpredictable.
Yeah.
But it's been kind of like the opposite of what we think it's.
we thought it was
Yeah,
going to be.
it's always
Yeah,
gonna be
I totally agree with you, man.
So you got Browns and Steelers, P. What you got?
Browns and Steelers. I like the under in this. I think that both teams are good defensively. I think that the Browns lose this one down in Pittsburgh, black and yellow. So
Yellow black.
I see a very rough game for Baker Mayfield.
A rough game? Very rough? Yo,
Very
it's
rough.
extremely rough for that boy, yo.
And then with that said,
Listen,
OBJ,
You
Jarvis
sit
Landry.
OBJ. The only person I'm telling you that you should start, me personally, you're going to start Hunt.
Yeah, you got to start Hunt.
'Cause everybody else is going to be
because
a tough
obviously they're gonna run the ball, but it's gonna be a tough physical game. I don't see Claypool doing what he did last week. I think that was a fluke week.
Yeah.
So look more for your Juju Smith, your James Connors,
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson
They're
to
coming after
to
the
bounce back. But it's gonna be I say this is like a 24-21.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game, and I think Browns are going to lose. I think even pushing at 24 points or 21 points for the Browns. I think them Pittsburgh Steelers are coming back from last year's situation with
Yeah.
Garrett, with hitting the quarterback with the helmet. No matter what they say, like, it's not a revenge game. Them boys are coming to play. They
Yeah,
coming
and
after
it's
them.
very hard to win in Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah, it's hard. Boy, you got Rams and 49ers. You was already talking about the Rams.
I know, right? Listen, man.
I need to hear what you're going to say about your boy Garoppolo.
This game is a very interesting game.
What do
you think
got?
so?
Yeah.
Why?
Because both teams see the Rams are winning.
Other than
But-
they're both young coaches, I don't care.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
So who do you think's winning this game?
Personally, I think the Rams are going to win this game.
Yeah, I think Rams are going to win it.
I think the Rams are going to win this game. There are too many injuries on the 49ers defense for them to keep up with the Rams, and the Rams scheme pretty well. Just to give you some stats, Rams is ranked number 5 against the pass, and against the rush they're ranked number 2. That's how good the Rams defense. They only got. Let me explain to you. Like, the only touchdowns from wide receivers came in one game.
Yep.
The only touchdowns from tight end came in one game. So everybody else in these 5 games, wide receivers, tight ends, couldn't score against the Rams. So the caveat to that is that the 49ers don't really pass to their tight ends or whatever. Kittle and
They
Kittle's
run the
good.
ball.
They run the ball. So that's where.
And they run it pretty effectively.
Yeah.
but still, they're.
That's why I say it's going to be an interesting game.
No. What I'm saying is like the Rams defense though. The Rams rush
gonna be
defense is
hard to
ridiculous.
run.
It's
Yeah,
just like
it's gonna be hard
they've
to
only
run against
allowed
that
like
defensive line.
133 yards to running back and 1 touchdown.
Did you see what they
One?
did?
Yeah,
you
but-
see what they did to Alex Smith?
1 touchdown. Like, think about it. 5 games.
Okay, but the best thing about that offense is their offensive line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 About the 49ers offense. So
It's
that's
right.
why I
I
think
know
it's going to be
it's going to be an interesting game. I think this is a definite under. I can't.
I
I,
agree.
I
I
think
agree
it's
with
a smash of the defenses. The defenses are pretty good. The 49ers defense though had given up a bunch of touchdowns.
Their
recently.
secondary is out. Their secondary is injured.
Thank
That's
you.
why.
Thank you, my Dolphins. Thank you, my Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins
my
did it
my,
to him,
Dol-
so we
my
don't
Dolphins.
know how.
So yeah, that's not a true average.
Yeah. It's not.
But yeah, man. Like so,
It's not.
it is. No, it's
what do you
really.
want to say it is?
No.
See?
I'm not gonna be biased. I'm gonna look at the picture, the overall picture, and really look at it. But this is a definite under game. I cannot see how this is gonna be some crazy
No, it's not.
high point game. And I apologize. The Rams is actually ranked number 11 against the run. I don't see how this is gonna be 51 points. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be something like 17-21, somewhere around there.
Rams are probably the most strategic team in football.
They are, but I'm getting annoyed by them with their running backs. Dude,
The Henderson,
Nobody-
and the Akers, and
I'm waiting for the
Brown
person.
and-
I'm waiting for the person to tell me they have picked the right Rams running back throughout the season because
It's not there.
It's not
dude,
possible.
there's no like
Yeah.
every week is somebody
Yeah, it's
different,
different, yeah.
and maybe that's their strategy. And God bless them if that's their
Robert
strategy.
Woods
but
is running the
it's
ball.
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Dude,
reverse.
it's trash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is trash what
I
they're
mean,
doing.
it's not
I
trash
wasn't
when he
expecting
scores,
that.
so.
Yeah.
I would stay away from the backfield, the Rams backfield at
day
all
long.
costs until either a couple people goes down or
A couple people.
not one. Because if you get one down, right, they will
they'll
switch
start
vice
switch,
versa.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
they'll start throwing the ball to Jefferson.
So,
Yo,
49ers is lacking though, like really
Easy.
lacking. Now they don't have a quarterback because
Well, they do. They never had a quarterback, but there's just a
I
quarterback.
did
got benched.
tell in the offseason, I did tell the coach that Garoppolo sucked.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
probably
we all told
We,
you.
we said that every week.
You probably needed to go ahead and sign
Oh.
Cam because if you would
Is he
sign,
starting this week?
yeah, Cam,
he's
he's
coming
off the
back.
COVID.
No,
He is off.
not Cam. Garoppolo.
Garoppolo? Oh, they haven't said anything,
they
but
haven't said anything.
I know
Most
they
I
likely
would
they
love
probably-
for him to go against Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald jumping on his back and shit.
Yeah, he killed Alex Smith, man. That whole defense killed
Yo.
Alex Smith, yo.
That made me so nervous. Yo, that
I
was
was
the
the
most
most
nerve-wracking game I've ever watched
I'm like,
in my life.
like the first one was him jumping on Alex Smith's back, and Alex is like walking for 2 yards.
Dude, I was
Like-
like, oh my God, like, don't hurt him. Please
Yeah,
don't hurt him.
jeez.
I'm
not again.
I'm not a football team fan. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Washington
football team.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not a football team fan, but Jesus, don't hurt the dude.
yeah.
Like, it's too much.
I was
of a
just
good
surprised
story.
they kept him in the game.
I'm waiting for the movie, bro. I'm
Yeah,
waiting
it's
for the
coming out.
movie. I'm
No,
waiting
they
for
did the 30 for 30
No, no,
already, but
they're
you
coming
wait
out
for
with
that
a movie. You
Oh,
see like how they have the Blind Side?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
They're coming
a-
out with that movie.
yeah,
That movie's
it's gonna be part
nice.
2.
Yeah.
Yo, so we got what
Halftime, yeah.
Halftime. NBA news. We know Lakers win the championship 4-2, 106-93. I know your boy Ray
You
don't
alright
want to
over
talk
there?
about. He don't want to talk about it right now. He don't want to talk about it. He ain't got nothing to say right now. Yo, LeBron wins Finals MVP. 28 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists in that game. Anthony Davis hits 19 points, 15 rebounds. Rondo, to me personally, man, Rondo 14 points and 4 assists. Top of his game in that last
X-factor.
game. He was the X factor. Caldwell Pope, X factor in that game with 17 points, 2 rebounds. I mean, threes were coming from nowhere, just everywhere, just knocking them out. To me personally, from the beginning, from the start of the game was over, right? And I know
Yeah,
Ray don't want to talk
they
about
were
it.
the most. They were the most focused team. I mean,
They were focused.
we
man.
got to give the Heat.
100. Go
we-
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
listen. Lakers only won because the Heat wasn't full strength.
All right, so let's go ahead with you, P.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that the Lakers
guy,
were more focused.
Yeah, way more focused.
Throughout the bubble. So you got to think of it. You're in a confined environment, right? You're away from your family. You're not sleeping in the same bed that you're normally used to. You're confined. So that takes a lot of mental strength. I.e., as we could see, Paul George was having anxiety and
Yeah.
all type of issues in there. So we have to give credit where credit is due. Give credit to the Lakers, and a lot of that strength come from the players that you just mentioned. So the Rajon Rondos and the LeBron James, who have years and years of experience.
Yeah.
And obviously they wanted it more with the whole Kobe situation, but you got to give the Heat credit. They lost their main scorer, which was Goran Dragic. Bam was out 2 games. Everybody counted them out after the after the game one when Bam
Yeah.
and Dragic was out, and they were the only team that won 2 games against the Lakers.
Yep.
So
They
you
came
have
back.
to ask yourself. I personally felt that if the Miami Heat were at full strength, this could have easily went to 7.
Yeah, I agree.
See, this is
I
my
agree with
boy,
that.
right? Yo, you
I
gotta
agree
give me
with you.
dap on that.
So
Hey,
agree with
now,
you.
I'm
now
not
I
saying
talk
that
about
they
it.
would have won, but I think it would have went to 7
Yeah,
easily.
but with that, injuries kicked in, right?
Injuries kicked in.
Injuries
Part of the
because the
game.
conversation would be the same thing if we split, reversed it, right? LeBron's out. Miami would have most likely won. We would have like, yo,
Yeah.
the only guys only won because of LeBron out. It's part of the game at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So,
Injuries are part of the game. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna use that as an excuse. Hey,
but they were
power
focused.
power to LeBron. Fourth,
Oh, man.
his 4th championship. I actually like
Fourth.
that.
I think it
Yeah,
was
it's
9.
fourth.
It was he did 9 out of 10, right? In a row.
Yes,
Finals,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
He went in the finals 9
9
times.
times, yeah.
Yeah.
The-
So dude is fire, man. Like,
Is he the? I mean, everybody's talking about this. Like,
No, he's not.
Okay, so you don't believe he's the greatest of all
No,
time?
simply
Why?
because. All right, so and I told myself I'm done having this argument.
I mean,
man. I've been
it's
having
not
this
argument
argument
about.
for years.
Okay, let me ask you
on
this question
a
instead of that
day-to-day
question.
basis.
Instead of that question, let me ask you this:
He is
what
not-
would make him the greatest of all time?
He would have to change his game, and let me tell you why. I don't want to dig
His
too
game?
deep. Yes, I'm gonna tell you why. Simply because.
I know what you're saying.
Simply because basketball is the only team sport where one player makes
Individual.
a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's one player, because remember in every other team sport, a single player doesn't really play defense. You understand what I'm
Correct.
saying? Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't defend.
Yeah.
Brady doesn't.
Yeah,
he can't
it's on
do
one
anything
side.
on it. It's
Yeah.
only one side. So basketball, it's a smaller
Yeah.
court compared to a field, and it's only 5 players.
Yeah.
So one player makes a huge difference. Michael Jordan, in an era that was superly tough, where you weren't getting these foul calls and you weren't
Yeah, but I can't-
taking trips to the free throw line, still averaged 30 plus points. These guys weren't scoring 100 plus points. They were scoring 80 something, and
Yeah.
Jordan had 30 or 40 of that in an era where they had no dunk policies. So you have to ask yourself, the difference with Mike and LeBron is that Mike wins games almost, in my opinion, almost single-handedly.
all right. So just to contradict you, what you're saying.
Go ahead.
I
Go
can't
ahead.
agree with that one, but
Go ahead.
Listen. So I'm just gonna take your point, right?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take your point in regards to Michael Jordan and LeBron and all that stuff. Michael Jordan, blah blah blah. Who has a tougher path? The tougher path is always LeBron. This is why I say that, right? LeBron has to learn granted, he changed from team to team, chasing championship and all that stuff. But imagine you have to learn how a player plays every goddamn series that you're in or every team that you're on. You have to learn how everybody plays. You have to see what their strengths are. You have to see what their opportunities are. And then you're going to go ahead and tailor your game to make sure their game is maximized. So I think LeBron has the tougher task every game, like every team he's ever been on, to learn these players and to go ahead and adapt to these players and to play and make it to the playoffs every year. Granted, like Jordan has more championship and all that good stuff, but Jordan always have almost the same core every single time.
Yeah.
He knows how the same core plays. He only has to learn 1 or 2 players that's switching out on his team every single year. LeBron James, on the other hand, listen, none of these players are my, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But I'm just saying,
We're talking about-
I think LeBron James had it tougher than
Mike
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yo, these teams that
I agree.
LeBron are facing, right? Granted, his team that he put together is a team of so-called stars, you know what I mean? Are stars at the end of their careers, like, you know what I mean? The Rondos and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they're still really good, really great players. Jordan, on the other hand, was playing a team with one star, 2 stars, average, just the average team. But these teams are putting together these super teams and coming for LeBron, and LeBron is always prospering and coming ahead of them. Yo, everybody thought it was going to be a Clipper, Laker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait,
But
this one.
so I'm saying it's always going to be a Clipper, And Laker, but guess what?
It wasn't.
That super team that they built on the Clipper.
Couldn't beat Denver.
Couldn't even
rookies.
get there.
The
Couldn't even
rookies.
get there.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. See what LeBron is facing today, and still, going above them is these super teams that's being built.
Yeah.
Jordan never faced none of those.
Nobody was being built.
None of
that's,
those.
That's my thing. So we
None
keep
of those.
saying
You can't tell me one series
Okay.
Jordan faced a super
Jordan
team.
didn't have.
Let me
Jordan
say
didn't have a
something.
super
I'm gonna
team
break
against
down
him.
Ren's conversation right now. So let's start with the players here.
We don't have that much time
Yeah,
now.
that's why I said just give me 2 minutes here.
Yeah, go
give me
ahead.
2 minutes. So
You get one.
no, I need 2 minutes
Because I
for
need
this one.
30 seconds to rebuttal.
All right, so listen.
That was
the
good,
difference
yeah.
between Jordan and LeBron is that Jordan doesn't defer. That's the main difference. LeBron, let's talk about the players that LeBron has
Defer
played with.
doesn't make
Hold
you
on,
elite,
let's
though.
talk
Yeah.
about the players that LeBron has played with. He's played with Dwayne Wade, Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Chris Bosh is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Kyrie is going to be a Hall of Famer. Kevin Love is questionable. AD is going to be a Hall of Famer. Ray John Rondo is a Hall of Famer. The only Hall of Famer that Jordan played with was Pippen.
Kerr is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
No, Kerr is not a Hall of Famer.
Kerr's not a Hall of Famer.
Not from a player's perspective.
Okay.
Not from a player's perspective.
No, not as a
Not
player, maybe
Hall
as a
of-
coach.
As a coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's number
'Cause
one.
the player's
And then we
perspective,
talk
I'm looking
about
at a
we talk
three-point
about
guy.
the
Whoa,
we
whoa,
talk
whoa.
about we talk about the players that he's played with. Karl Malone, Jordan had to face twice. Beat Karl Malone
But
twice.
there was a-
Karl
it was a-
Malone
No,
is
no,
the
let him
second
speak, let him
is
speak.
the
Let him
second
speak.
leading scorer
Let him
in
speak.
in NBA history. Karl Malone had John Stockton. He had a Hall of Fame coach in I can't remember the coach. He had
Yes,
a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he passed away too.
And then
yeah.
you had he faced Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is a Hall of Famer that never won a championship on that Phoenix. He faced Magic and beat him, and then he also faced Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. So he's faced tough competition.
Listen,
These people just
let's
never
be real.
won.
Let's be real.
We
Let's be-
can't compare
Listen.
6-0.
Wait, wait,
The
wait, wait,
only
whoa,
team,
whoa.
the
You
only
can't
team that
compare
was a
6-0
super
to
team.
4-6.
No, no,
Hey,
no.
you just
LeBron
can't.
LeBron has
No,
All
no,
right,
no.
so
The only
most of
super
players,
team was
it's
was,
unfair. It's unfair for
Detroit.
you. Whoa. It's unfair for you to say call out all these Hall of Famer that Jordan faced.
Yeah.
Because
But it's 6-0 versus 4-6,
Pause for a
right?
second. Pause for a second.
But that's what
Wait,
I'm
wait, wait.
saying.
Wait.
You can't say that, bro.
What I'm saying
Dude
is
lost
like
in the finals
this is
6
where
times,
this is why I'm saying it's
Went to the
unfair.
finals
This
10
is
times.
why it's unfair to say, oh, Jordan faced all these Hall of Famers. Do you understand how many Hall of Famers
That
LeBron has faced?
You just
It
haven't
hasn't
said
been there
that
yet.
You haven't said
We
it
just
yet.
haven't been there yet.
We just haven't been
Kawhi
there.
Leonard-
yet.
Hasn't won.
Whoa.
But
Kawhi
they have-
Leonard,
Okay,
like,
but
yo,
they
I
have
can-
gotten the best of them.
So let me ask you a question. If
Okay,
LeBron wins 2 more
so
championships,
you're telling me that team with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen is another Hall of Famer that he played with.
Okay.
So you're telling me that team should have lost to Kawhi, who was a baby Kawhi at the time with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. You're
Okay.
telling me that he should have lost to Dirk Nowitzki.
Yo, what's
There are
better?
Hall of
What's
Famers
better?
over
What's
there,
better?
though.
Yo,
Dirk is not a Hall of Famer.
those teams in Miami
you see how?
shouldn't
All
have
right,
lost.
wait. So let me say this. Let me
There-
say it. You see how our show is great because it's the three of us. Do you realize how good this show is because it's the three of us?
Listen.
No.
I just wanna say
I'm just
one
gonna
thing
say
for the
something.
record.
I'm just gonna say something to you. Do you realize how good the show is with the three of us? Right?
Yes.
All right. If we should take C out, right? It's not the same, right?
It's not the same.
You agree?
Okay.
So we have to learn whoever is sitting in CC right now, and it's like, oh my God, we gotta learn. I don't know
just
if I like
saying,
this
yeah,
dude.
I'll do.
Or if you are out, we gotta
It's the
learn.
same thing. We
whoever's
gotta
sitting
learn
in
the
that
other
seat.
person.
If I'm out, we gotta learn that other
Yeah.
person, right? But if we have this core,
For
fired.
for 6 years,
we're fired.
why we can't win a championship?
We're fired.
Why we can't win a
We'll probably be the
championship?
best podcast.
You looking at a guy that went to
LeBron
Yo,
James.
we will be the
locations.
best fantasy podcast ever.
6
Listen,
years.
If the three of us stick
I
together.
think LeBron James is on
If the three of us stick together, it will be the best packet. If we have the same person to play with, you know their tendencies,
day-
you know what they're looking for, you know we're gonna be the best fantasy football podcast you can ever find on the internet, on anywhere.
Listen, I have
Any platform.
I have LeBron James in
But if
my.
we keep changing you guys,
I have LeBron
This shit would be
James on
crappy.
my Mount Rushmore of NBA players in history. I think he's a top 3, top 4 in history, I just don't have him as number one.
All right.
I don't.
I don't. All right. I'm gonna be real. I don't have LeBron as number one, but I just really like going against you.
I like.
I don't.
It's up there. Man. It's up there. Man. So we got third quarter,
Heat,
man. Let's
I
go.
want to see the Heat again in the
Let's
finals
go
next
third
year.
quarter here. We're gonna go through third quarter really quick, but we got sit 'em and start 'em, right?
Yeah,
we
let's
got
rock
Texans and Titans, man. Who you starting?
Texans and Titans. Let me run through some stats and then I'll tell you why. All right, so for the Texans, they're ranked 32 against the rush, 14th against the receiving. All right, so if you have the Texans, Derrick Henry,
Yeah, obviously.
start him. Jesus,
Yeah.
Derrick Henry will probably be the number one running back this
you
week.
start Derrick Henry every week.
Every week,
Yeah,
every week.
As far
Damn,
as
did you see what he did to Josh?
Genu Smith, go ahead and start him.
Yeah.
Hit or miss on the wide receivers. I would probably start AJ Brown for
Yeah.
sure. So on the other side, Texans not great against the rush, 19th. But I would start Johnson. Because there's nobody else.
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
Duke is not it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as wide receivers go, they're ranked 8th. So
Fuller's still out there.
that's tough. So it all depends on which cornerback and which. So I would probably start. Yeah, Fuller is a good look. Cooks is a good look. I probably wouldn't start like Stills or anything like that. You can leave them out. So that's me.
What do you got?
Wow.
Eagles and Ravens, P.
Eagles or Ravens.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Eagles and Ravens.
I know, but it's going to be a beatdown with Baltimore. We saw what Baltimore did to the Bengals last week. I think it's going to be a similar scenario. The Eagles haven't looked good all year. I know are they still leading the division?
No, they lost it to Dallas. Dallas only had to win one game.
One game. So yeah, it's the worst division in football.
Yeah.
So start
games, yeah.
everybody over on the Ravens. I think it's going to be a tough week. I know they have
When you
that
say everybody on the Ravens,
Lamar.
Yeah. Okay, good.
So Lamar,
Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
what running back?
That's the problem. That's the problem.
That's the
But
toss-up.
I would start Hollywood Brown in this one as well.
Yeah, I
I'll
like that.
definitely do that too.
So I want to say something about Lamar. He hasn't had
He's injured.
Yeah,
They're just not disclosing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
So obviously there's a problem. I think I know he's Lamar Jackson, but if
gonna be a pocket
another there's a lot of quarterbacks this week in favorable matchups. It's okay to look at one of those quarterbacks. If you're
Versus LeBron.
Versus Lamar.
Lamar, yeah.
Yeah, because obviously they're playing in a lot of games that they're up. He's coming out early in the fourth. He's not putting up a ton of fantasy points as he is because of how strong that defense is.
Right.
So this is going to be another week that they're going to lead. They're going to lead the way. Over on Philly and they're depleted with
everybody.
Everybody's out again. So Miles Sanders is going to have a tough week.
Fulgham,
that wide
Fulgham,
receiver,
Fulgham,
Yeah.
but he's not a start.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
start.
it's just
It's
one of
a-
those-
he's
if you
a
don't have anybody and you got a bye
against-
week?
not against the
Not against the
Ravens.
Ravens.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's a
yeah.
good
So
start.
it's going to be a
Wentz
rough,
is a sit for
Wentz
sure.
is a sit.
Yeah.
They're almost the entire. You can't sit Sanders, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a Ravens are going to
Ravens.
lead the whole game, and I see Lamar coming out early in the fourth again. And
All right,
RG3
Charlo.
coming in.
Got Bengals and Colts here, man. I'm going with sit and start. One, I say you sit Joe Burrow, right? Last two games he combined 21 fantasy points. Colts are number 2 in fewest fantasy points allowed by opposing quarterbacks. Their defense is the shit.
Yeah.
Duh. You know what I mean? Sit AJ Green, bro. AJ don't want to be there anymore. AJ wants to get traded. Just sit him because I don't know what
Start
they're
Higgins.
doing. Yeah, start Higgins. Yeah, AJ doesn't want to be there. Jonathan Taylor, man. Start Jonathan Taylor, obviously. Man, sit all Colts tight ends.
Yeah.
They're just rotating them boys right now. Yo. So
Yeah.
you don't know who's going to
Burton,
Yeah.
Burton, Doyle.
Yeah, and Ali Cox. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just T.Y. Hilton, man. I never thought I was going to say that.
Sit him.
Easy
Sit him.
sit.
Been sitting him if you're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Easy set. But who you got,
That
man?
sounds like the whole receiving.
Yeah,
core.
it's just sit 'em.
It is.
Just sit
For
'em.
me, Bears
got,
and Panthers. Bears and Panthers. Let me run through this thing real quick. Montgomery. I would start him because there's nobody else there, so I would start him. I would start him. Allen Robinson is a can't sit kind of a player.
Yeah.
So you have to start Allen Robinson. As far as on the Panthers side, you cannot sit Mike Davis at all. The wide receivers, they're hit or miss. I'm not too fond of the wide receivers. So, but at the same time, Bears have given up some. But I feel like the rushing is going to be so ridiculous that,
It's going to be a rushing game.
yeah, it's not. As far as like the rushing to the sacks on Minshew, it's just not a good. Don't start Minshew. Don't
Not Minshew, you mean? You were talking about
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater. Bridgewater. This is probably going to be one of Bridgewater's lowest games.
Yeah. I think that defense is coming after him.
Yeah, exactly. That Bears defense is no joke on the front line. So
Yeah. PJ.
So I have Washington and Giants.
Yeah.
So on this one, this is a fantasy-friendly game for Washington. Scary Terry is actually top 10 in targets, number 9, tied for number 9. He's a must-start this week. Look for a good game from Scary Terry. I also like Gibson in this one. I would definitely start him as well. Slayton is a good start. Don't sleep on Washington's defense, though. But Slayton... I think he hasn't gotten less than 6 targets a game, so I would definitely start him in this one. That's it.
Yeah, man. Who I got, man? I got Broncos and Patriots, right? Start Cam Newton, man. I mean, Denver Broncos defense is horrible, right? Cam is going to run the ball all over them boys. Starters are like Edelman, James White, Harry. There may be a chance Harry goes off on him like they did last week. Week 4, Harry had 100 yards, I think about 17 carries or something like that. Sit Melvin Gordon because Melvin may not even be there anyways. Philip Lindsay,
you gotta figure that out.
Yeah, you can get Philip Lindsay in, but Melvin should be out this week. And that's it for the starters out there. And then just start no one from Denver other than those two guys.
I don't know, man. Like
against Patriots defense, there's no wide receiver that should be starting.
Well, what's his name is on COVID though. Their cornerback.
Oh, Gilmore.
Gilmore's on Gilmore. Yeah,
Still, it's not.
Still, I know, but still,
I can't trust anything that's coming out.
Those
of
two
that
safeties
offense.
back there, and the twins there, nah, they're gonna be all right, man.
All right.
What do you got?
Jets,
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
You guys actually have me doing it.
Yeah, I felt good about that. Man.
Yeah,
I felt good
that's
about
actually
that. It was
by
right.
design, man.
Yeah.
by
That definitely by design. Yeah.
Because we all know how you guys talk. They would have scored 100 points.
Hey,
this week, huh?
listen.
So listen.
You're the one that was buying the hat.
They
so.
want me to say it. Start everybody on the Dolphins, right? Start everybody on the Dolphins. So this is a game. This is a game if you have Ryan Fitzpatrick and
There you go, man. There you go.
Yeah.
you see what it's like
to start.
You see what it's like dealing with Dolphins fans? You guys don't win much. When you start winning, you don't know how to
Here
act
you
up.
go, yo. Go ahead, man.
Listen,
Let's
this is
talk
a
about the
game
Dolphins.
that if you could do it, I would look at Ryan over practically every
wide
quarterback,
receiver.
Lamar,
But, yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
So definitely start Fitz. Start
is a must start.
Devontae Parker must start. Gesicki's a start.
Yeah.
Everybody's a start. I'm actually the only bright spot of the Jets has been Crowder, but he goes up against the Dolphins secondary, which is pretty
gonna be
good.
tough.
Yeah. So if you could maybe fade him in this one, you can, but I mean, they have to somewhat throw the ball to keep up. I think Dolphins are going to put up points in this, 28 plus. So look for a beat down in this conference game.
All right. Now, you got Bucks and Packers, bro. What do you got?
Well, I covered Bucks and Packers in the earlier.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can skip
All right.
that one.
So,
back to
Chiefs.
I got Chiefs and Bills.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I
listen,
really want to see
you
this
start
game.
everybody, bro. Like, I want to see this game. There's no one that you need to sit down. There may be a situation with Sammy Watkins being injured because of then the other person that you would start was most likely McCole Hardman, right? Because of Sammy Watkins'
How do you
situation.
feel about Clyde in this? I know you say you start everyone. That's the only one I'm.
Listen, you start Clyde because of the fact that they're going to use Clyde as a passing guy too. Because Watkins is out, right? He's going to run and then he's going to catch from the side sometimes.
Because I don't think they're going to. The rush is going to be very effective for KC in this one.
No, I don't think so either. But I mean, I still will start him just because he's going to get the passing play. Now we got keep him or cut him, bro.
You're killing me, Petey.
There you go, man. There you
Keep
go.
him with color,
hit
man.
that again. Hit that again.
You want the PD, bro?
Hit
You want the
that
PD?
again. I'm gonna tell you about some cuts that sucks.
Yeah, bro.
Killing me.
Go ahead.
Oh my God. Godwin is out. Scotty Miller, what the hell, man? What the hell? Zero. Hit him again, man. Yo, cut that boy. Cut that boy. Cut that boy.
You want to cut him one more time? Yeah, just one more time?
My, yeah, hey, one more time, man. That's a double cut for that's a double cut for Scotty Miller. Double cut.
Who do you keep?
As far as keepers go, man, hey, I know he didn't produce this week. I know you guys want to get rid of him. I know. Keep Kenyon Drake, though.
Kenyon Drake.
Yo, that's what's going to be my. It's not. I was going to bring him up in a keep and cut because I don't really have someone to cut. But
Keep him.
Let's keep him.
I'm gonna ride off. I'm gonna ride off.
We can have different opinions, man. I think you should keep Kenyon Drake. He's gonna perform this week. He's gonna have like 15 carries. He's gonna have like 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. But go ahead.
He's gonna have all that. You're gone too far, brother. Yeah. He's not gonna have all that. I like his counterpart better in Chase Edmonds. He's definitely a keep. I know we talked about no receiving, the whole tight end situation.
Yeah.
I also think Mo Ali Cox is a keep.
Yeah, you definitely. I keep him. It's just that it's the rotation over there, bro.
No.
It's rotation over there.
I keep him.
Molly Cox is a
I don't have a cut this week simply because we talked about in the beginning of the
Yeah.
show. It's too much injuries.
Yeah,
So
too much
be
injuries out
careful of who you cut.
Yeah.
So there's.
I agree with you on
there's
that one,
not
yeah.
there's not
There's
much
so
left
much
in
left,
the
yeah.
waiver wire. and
Yeah, 'cause I had-
people keep getting injured. So.
I had AJ Green to cut. Right,
definitely.
but like once again, you may want to keep him just to
You may
see
wanna
where he
keep
gets
him.
traded at.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But listen, if you're in NFF or anywhere else, go ahead and cut him. I will pick him up. But I was saying keep Corey Davis, right? And I have Corey on my side. You know, he was injured last week. I want to see.
he's on COVID.
Yeah, he's on COVID. I'm sorry. Yeah, I want to actually see how he comes back and plays with AJ Brown. I think that would definitely tell me if I should cut him or not. If he plays well with the 2 wide receivers there, then you're good. Then you keep him right there. We're going to fourth quarter, man. Let's go with. Want to start with waiver wire pickups or DFS lineups that you guys were looking at?
You can announce waiver wire
Yeah,
pickups by position. If you want to go ahead and just read through those, that
So-
would pretty cool. So
Yeah.
as far as quarterback goes, what do we have? We collaborated on these.
On the waiver wire pickups, we're looking at 2 quarterbacks. You know, Fitzpatrick, obviously, how he's been doing for the last couple of games. You know, double-digit points and fantasy points, right?
Yep.
And he has a favorable games coming up in the next couple 4 or 5 games up there right now, right?
Right.
Obviously, quarterback Andy Dalton. You know, you
Definitely,
have a squad right now.
Yo, he has weapons.
Everybody, right? Just everybody.
This
So
is
it's all
probably
up to
the
him.
strongest week
Weapons.
for quarterbacks for waiver wire pickups.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Running back, man, just like we talked about last week, and some people did listen to us, some people didn't.
Pick up Justin Herbert though if you haven't.
Yep, Justin Herbert also.
Yeah.
Justin Jackson, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Even though he's on bye week this week, I think
Yeah,
he's
you
a
still
good
go after him.
still pick up and snap.
I love
and
what I
stash.
saw for him. from
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
Next running back, we got Philip Lindsay. I like that, especially
back.
this week.
Especially this week, knowing
Especially this
knowing
week.
what's going on. I don't think the more I think about it, and knowing how the NFL is, they usually don't suspend. Yeah, the news came out great. It's not a domestic violence or anything like that.
No.
It's a DUI. They usually let the DUIs play out before they suspend. So if any suspension should be handed down this week, it has to come from the team.
Yeah, it's early.
And the team want to win. It's because the team want to win against the specific team that you're playing.
Maybe that's why I said you got to look out.
Who is Denver playing this week?
Oh, well,
New England.
yeah.
Yeah, so they want to win.
They
so
probably
they may
Denver,
not.
Denver may want to win, but I think you suspend him now and then play. Like I'm not gonna keep a player that's not, I know I'm not going to win. Like I might as well suspend him now and hope for next week.
True.
You know, wide receivers. I know we talked about him already.
Claypool.
Chase Claypool, right?
Yeah.
We may think that he's not going to have a great game this week, but I think from what he did last week, I think he solidified that wide receiver spot over Washington.
Yeah.
And the other receiver,
Yeah.
can't remember his name right now, but the other Steelers wide receiver right there.
Honestly, man,
Johnson.
like-
Yeah, Johnson.
No,
Really?
I think you should add. You know who you should add to that?
Who?
As a player that you don't like. Cook.
Cook is
Yeah,
on it. We have Cook
Cook is a definite pickup.
Yeah.
A lot of people dropped him last week after his
Yeah, zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
So I think Cook is a great. What
I
about
think
Titans?
Cook is a better
Mike
pickup
Williams,
than
too.
Claypool.
What about
Yeah,
Mike
he's
Williams.
a great- he's a better
Mike
pickup
Williams,
than,
because
Claypool.
everybody was
Yeah.
down on Mike.
Oh, that
Williams.
was a nice catch,
Yeah.
man.
What about
Super good catch.
Tight ends?
Tight
We're looking at Eric Ebron and Austin Hooper, man. Right? I think with Austin Hooper, you look at what Browns did, right? Since Chubbs got injured, they started saying, hey, listen, now we got one running back that we're going to deal with. Now let's go and implement the tight end.
Yep.
Let's go and implement the wide receiver. I think that's where Browns look better. They look good when they have that one wide receiver, that one running back that they're looking at. Eric?
Eric
mean,
has
it's in
built a
Pittsburgh.
good rapport
Yeah.
with Ben. The only thing with the Steelers, though, it's just so much mouths to feed.
Yeah, it's so much mouths to
So
feed.
I know
it all
Eric is
depends on him,
he's a good red zone target, but he's not going to give you consistent week from week points. So if you're looking for someone to slot in, he's good there.
What do you got on DFS?
All right,
Lineups,
DFS.
man.
I'm just gonna name one player from each position, and I'll let my my boy right here name the same. As far as quarterback goes, I'm going with Cam Newton since he's back.
Yeah.
He's going up against a defense that's been giving up a lot of points. So that's where I'm going for quarterbacks. As far as wide receivers go, man, I'm going with Hopkins going up against Dallas. I feel like that's going to be a smash right there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of points and everything like that. Running backs. Montgomery. I'm going to go with Montgomery on this one. I think he can give you a good 20-point benchmark floor right there. As far as tight end goes, tight end's kind of iffy, man. They're going in and out and all that stuff, so it's kind of tough. Man, I got to go with Kelsey. I'm just going to go with the high.
I like that.
High tight
Yeah.
end. So what about you?
So I love this week in DFS. So I'm going to give you two at each position the best as I can. Starting with quarterback, I definitely, like I said, Fitzpatrick in this one. And I'm looking at players that I know are going to be cheap in DFS. So I like Fitzpatrick, and I also like Kirk Cousins this week as well against the Falcons. As a combination, I like Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson. I like Kirk Cousins and Thielen. Both guys are going to be pretty cheap. I also like, as far as tight end, I do agree with Ren to pay a little bit more for a tight end this week, maybe a Mark Andrews or definitely a Kelsey. Panthers give up a lot of points on the rush, so I do like Montgomery.
Possibly Janu, too.
Janu Smith.
Janu Smith, exactly. Defense this week for DFS, definitely the Ravens. And yeah.
Yeah, man. I love it, man. What do you have? I mean, let's go to
Hold
our.
on,
you got one more?
Diggs. Stephon
Oh, yeah,
Diggs.
yeah. It's a
Yeah.
good
After
pickup, yeah,
seeing what Ruggs did to KC, I want to see that Bills Chief game, and Diggs is at 50 targets, top 4 in targets so far this year.
Definitely. Oh, so we're gonna go to locker code bold predictions, man. What y'all boys got?
All right, for me, man, my locker code bold prediction is something that you guys not gonna like. It is gonna be Andy Dalton.
Let me go ahead and put the killing me.
No.
on right
Andy Dalton finished in the top 5 quarterback this week.
Not Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's bold prediction.
Turn
No?
that up a little
now.
bit.
You want it louder?
Yeah.
I was gonna do a light, but I mean, if you want it louder, bro, I'll give it to you, bro.
Say that again. Dalton finishes where?
Dalton is finishing top 5 quarterback
Listen,
this
I
week.
like the red rifle, but not that much.
I like him that much because the weapons, and then points are just gonna be given up all over the place. So
You're gone too far, brother. Bold prediction from me. Oh man, I'm gonna go with a quarterback as well. I think Kirk Cousins finishes with 3+ touchdowns.
I like
what
that.
about you, C?
I'm going with Bell going to Miami, but more realistically, I think Bills are going to. I think Bills are going to get big. I think Bills are going to get killed by the Chiefs. I think they're gonna
Think
come after
Bills
them.
are going to get killed by the Chiefs?
I mean, listen, look what happened last week. Bills, I mean, you can't say like it was a shock.
It was
Titans just got
Tannehill,
him,
bro.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Tannehill is playing well.
yeah,
actually.
but we're looking at
Titans
it
are
was the
playing well.
Titans, so it's like for me to say KC. I mean, come
I
on.
don't think they get killed. I think it's going to be a close game.
I think they're getting murdered, bro. I think it's gonna be done for them. I think it's gonna be murder for them, bro. I think it's gonna be murder for them.
Yeah,
It might be murder for you.
Here
Shape
you
up
go,
and be
here
in
you go.
fantasy football.
I got Mac over there this week, man. Everybody gone for Mac, but he got one of those sneaky teams, man.
You're not
Sneaky.
going to win if you score 115 points, though.
Yo, that's gonna be it for us, man. Do your shout outs, yo.
Hey, man. Shout out to all the fans, man. Like the people, showing us support.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people hitting us up and all
Yeah,
that
the
good stuff.
mailbag, Locker Code mailbag.
TheLockerCode.com. TheLockerCode.com. Listen, go, view, go. I'm telling you, our DFS picks, ridiculous. Our lineup
Yeah, man.
picks, ridiculous. Hey, all our prediction, ridiculous. Check us out. TheLockerCode.com for show.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Jose, man. Yo, I think he's like 5-0 right now, man. He's looking good over there, yo.
And he's one of our fans, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
for sure.
Yo, shout out, all love, bro. You shout outs.
Shout out to you guys, man. The crew. I love doing this.
Look at this, yo. Yes, sir.
Respect.
Yo, it's gonna be it for us, man. Thank you for listening to Locker Code with C, Ren, and PJ. Be sure to check us out on LockerCode.com, Locker Code on Twitter, Locker Code everywhere, man. Listen, Locker Code's in Jamaica right now. You know what I mean? Yo, hit us up.
For real.
We'll be back next week, yo. Everybody stay safe. Yee.
Straight up.
Man. I can't with you guys.
Yeah.
We're fun, man. I miss this.
This was
Yeah,
fun.
man. I love this beat right here, yo. When this breaks down right here, bro, it's my joint.
Yeah.
Can we all go 3-0 this week?
Yo,
Yo, we need to.
we all need to win this week. Not even a joke.
yeah, we need
No,
to.
it's
yo.
not even a joke, bro. Like, let's win this week.
Yeah, we
I
gotta
got
win.
I got the toughest match. Well, we both do.
We both do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got the easiest matchup.
You got the easiest.
Yeah.
So I definitely gotta win.
Yeah, you definitely
So let's see
You
what
better not
happens.
come in here.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna walk in. You just call me off.